everybody. Deb Kiskin here, your independent Norwex consultant. I just wanted to jump on here and tell you my why. Why I chose Norwex, why Norwex chose me. Well, to give you a little bit of background, I have been allergic to fragrances and had multiple chemical sensitivities for over 20 years. I got so sick, I was having horrible pitting edema, asthma attacks, puffing up my whole entire body, severe pain, I was so sick that I was unable to work for 10 years. I went to Mayo Clinic to try to figure out what was wrong, and they diagnosed me with multiple chemical sensitivities. They said there wasn't much I could do about it except for avoid. And then I went to an environmental health facility down in Dallas, Texas, and they tried to do some like allergy shot type things for environmental allergies and for chemical sensitivity to help me tolerate things better. But same with when I tried allergy shots, when they diluted them 20 times, my body couldn't tolerate it. I was diagnosed earlier on with everything from chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, all kinds of things that I absolutely did not have. It was just multiple chemical sensitivity. So the bottom line was to avoid chemicals as much as possible and avoid fragrances as much as possible. So I changed my life around, tried to go with all natural products. I usually used vinegar, alcohol, and water for cleaning. I used all as natural products as I could, and things improved. I retrained thinking that I could tolerate, I had been in management all my life, but thought I could probably tolerate better a hospital atmosphere where there is less wearing of perfume and less fragrance products. Most hospitals are pretty fragrance free. So I retrained and went back to school, got my nursing degree, and became an ER nurse. So here I am years later in Evanston, Wyoming, and a friend of mine who's also an ER nurse introduced me to Norwex. Now at first I poo-pooed it off because I thought there's no way those products with just water are gonna do an effective job of cleaning. I thought this has just got to be a gimmick. I know you probably thought that too. I thought this has got to be a gimmick. I love my friend, but I'm not believing this. So it took about another year before I even thought about it. And another friend of mine was having a party. So I thought, well, I'll get the basic package just to support my friend, basically. So I got the basic package, which is the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. I went home and put it to work. I could not believe how impressive these cloths were at everything I was cleaning. And the thing that really pushed me over the edge is when I tried to clean my inside of my glass fireplace with everything else in the world before this. In fact, I had even called the fireplace sales guy because it had this film from the burn off of the newness, the new stuff that's on the logs and everything, created a film on the glass that I could not get off. He told me to get the glass cleaner for stovetop, and that should work for me. So I went and I ordered glass cleaner for stovetop, but when it got to me, it was so toxic, fragrancy and toxic chemically that there was no way I could use that. So that went in the garbage. Anyway, along came the Enviro cloth and the window cloth, and I tried it. Could not believe how quickly it came off and how awesome it looked. So I was sold. Then I started buying more Norwex products, and the more products I bought, the more impressed I was, because every single product I bought impressed me like I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe these products with just water were doing the job they were doing. I couldn't believe how much easier it was to clean, and I couldn't believe the money I was saving. And I couldn't believe all the toxic chemicals I was getting out of my house, and I couldn't believe how much better I felt. I didn't have the severe pitting edema that I used to have. I'd get a little bit once in a while when I had really strong exposures, but it was way better. I didn't have the belly bloating that I used to have. I didn't have the asthma as frequently as I used to have. In fact, I haven't had an asthma attack in probably 2 years. So all these things were huge improvement for me, and I will be forever indebted to Norwex for that change in my life. Now, I still have a little bit of trouble at work because there is a highly fragrant product that is actually a pesticide that they use for cleaning that does give me some trouble. But I'm able to recover quicker than I've ever been able to recover before, and it's just created a huge, huge improvement in my life. So I will be forever indebted to Norwex for that. But not only that, you know, at first I started, when I actually joined, I thought we were getting quite a bit of overtime at work, and I was able to use that money for extra spending money that I wanted, or to travel to see my grandkids, that sort of thing. And I got used to it and liked it. All of a sudden we stopped having so much overtime. We were fully staffed and there wasn't a lot of overtime to be had. So I thought, well, I'm using so much Norwex, I'm telling all my friends and family about it. Why don't I join and make a little bit of extra money for spending money, since I'm not getting those overtime hours now? So I joined, and my first parties were not impressive. Took me a little while to get my feet on the ground. I did a lot of research and tried products more and more, and started to feel more comfortable with myself. And my Norwex business took off like you wouldn't believe. Now, not just am I hoping for a little bit of extra spending money, now I am planning to remodel my kitchen and to add a master bath onto my home with Norwex money. So that's pretty exciting. And also, I'm hoping to retire earlier. So those are all the blessings that Norwex have done in my life personally. But the biggest thing is I started Norwex because I wanted a little extra money. But the real big benefit that I get from Norwex is I get to help people every day to create a safe haven for their homes, to save money, clean more effectively, but to truly make a difference in their health and their lives like it has for me. And that is such a huge blessing for me. It just gives me joy every day. So that is my Norwex why story. If you have any questions or would like to know a little bit more about joining Norwex or what we do, etc., please let me know, and I'd be glad to share more info with you. Thanks for listening. Let's get this thing rolling. I'm excited.